Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an awesome day. This is Seth Kniep, Keeping It Real. I took a dime, I turned it into $100,000. I turned that into 5 passive income streams. Today, I truly am living my dream. I can choose how to spend my time the way I want it, and I get to do the thing I love the most, and that is coach. And it's something I'm good at. It's something actually Apple hired me for originally, and it's something I've been doing for 20 years. And so this is really cool to be able to do this. Now, today what I'm going to specifically talk about is what do you do if you have a product and you're selling it and you need to limit how many items a buyer can buy. So for example, let's say you're selling an item and someone comes along and you have 500 and someone buys 250 of them. Now that's kind of cool. That's a lot of sales. But the problem is there are some people out there, competitors, who will buy all your stock up really fast so that you're out of inventory. Then your ranking goes down. And while your ranking is going down, while you're scrambling to get more inventory, they're selling their product and all the buyers are going to them. By the time you get back, they have now won the buy box if you're both selling it, or at least the competition much better because they've been ranking for a while. So you have to drop your price and really do a good job in order to be back at the top of the list of the search. So the way you avoid this is you put a limit on how many times someone can buy one product. And there's a way to do that. And the only way to do that is through what's called a flat file. And so I'll take the time and do all the work necessary to pull that information together to make it as easy for you as possible. Once you have that information, it is so much easier to edit any listings you have. And when you have a ton of listings, I'm talking a lot, like not just 80 listings, but 1,800 or 2,000 listings, and you have 40 variations on each of those. Okay, maybe not 40, but you get the idea. Those flat files, those spreadsheets will actually save you time. So even though at first it's kind of an uphill curve, I got to learn how to use it. It's not really hard. It's just tedious. You have to do a lot of looking and learning. But once you learn them, it's so much faster to use these to update anything. But I'm going to use a really simple example, it's kind of a funny product to show you how to limit how many items someone can purchase at one time from your store. And I'm also going to share some other tips along the way. First thing you'll notice is I have this item called the Novelty Flamingo String Lights. And let's say, for example, that I want to limit how many people can order at one time. And the product is doing super well. Everyone in the world's trying to buy this product, and I want to beat the competition, so I do need to set some limitations. Here's what you do. First, you go to your Amazon Seller Central page, and you're going to click on, under Inventory, you're going to click on Add a Product, which will take you to this page. And then you're going to ignore the left side. You're going to go over here to the right side, and you're going to click this button right here that says Download an Inventory File. Once you've come to this page, you're going to notice that you have Download an Inventory File. You have Check and Upload your inventory file. This is for when you want to upload a file to make the actual changes. And then you have Monitor Status. You want to monitor the status of something that you just uploaded. But you're going to stay on this one, Download an Inventory File. And you're going to scroll beneath all this category search. You're going to come right here to this one, Category Specific Inventory Files. Click on that. It'll open this up for you. Go down to Templates for specific categories. Oh, by the way, make sure in your Safari preferences or whatever browser you're using that pop-ups are not inhibited. Otherwise, you may not see this. Click on Templates for specific categories. It's going to take you here. And from here, let me open this up a little bit. From here, you can scroll down, and you're going to find a file under File Templates. Not Light, do File. And this is the one you need to learn anyways because it's the mother. It's the big one. And once you know it, you'll know it well. Let me tell you. So once you get here, just scroll down to your category. Now, since I'm selling these flamingo porch string lights, so I'm going to click on this, and it automatically will download the file to my downloads. Now, once I do that, what's going to open up is a spreadsheet. Now, the challenge with this spreadsheet, I'll tell you right out the back, is it's first going to be asking you if you want to enable macros. Now, I recommend you do that because it gives you a little drop-down menu where you can select different options. It'll save you time, make it a little easier. You don't have to enable macros, but I recommend you do that. However, if you are on a Mac and you have Microsoft Excel for Mac 2016 or 2017, it's the latest one that just came out. You're going to have a little problem because this version of Excel is not compatible with Amazon's somewhat outdated file format here. And so I'm going to show you a little trick to fix this. All you need to do, and it's pretty cool, is you just open the file using numbers, So open it here and then export it. Go to File. So in other words, when you go to do this, you're going to click on it and you're going to actually open it up using numbers, okay? So the easiest way to do that is just go to numbers, and from numbers navigate to your downloads where it was downloaded. And then once it's open, go to File, go to Export to, and click on Excel. And just go through the steps. You can include a summary worksheet if you want. Just go through the steps and it'll do it for you. And then go to Microsoft Excel and open it in Excel. Now it will look just a little different, and I'll show you. Right here, it'll give you a little export summary. Don't worry about it. And you don't get the macros, but I'll show you how to work around that regardless. But that's how you work around this issue in case you have the latest Microsoft Excel. You see all these tabs down here? Each of these is instructional, teaching you what to do with the exception of template. And I'm just going to take you straight to template and show you exactly what to do. So the first thing you do is you go to template, and over here you're going to see template, type home, seller SKU, item SKU. So all you do is you put your SKU in here. Where do you find the SKU? I can see my SKU is under offer. So you go to offer, seller SKU, bam, there it is. So I take that, I go back here to the spreadsheet, and I drop it in there. Then you go to your product ID. Now your product ID is whatever you're using to identify your product. In my case, it's a UPC code. So SKU is always going to be under offer. And remember, that's a number you can generate yourself if you want. However, Vital Info will have your product ID, the ID for your product. You're going to go down here and you're going to select this one and copy it. Notice mine's a UPC. And you come back over here and you're going to paste it in there. And then you come over here, and if you have the enabled macros version of this file, there's a little drop-down menu that gives you all the options. If you don't, just type in the product ID type. So for example, in my case, I put the ASIN number. You actually can do the product ID here and select UPC, or if you want, you can do your ASIN number, which is up here. And this is what I did. I select it, come back over here, dropped it in, and I typed in ASIN. Now, if you're not sure what code to put in over here, you're going to go to valid values down here. See this? You click on that and see how it's color coded, tan, then red. And if you go back to template, you have tan and then red. Now these have more columns because some of these you don't need a valid values example for. But if I go to valid values and I find the correlating section right here, see where it says product ID type, IAN, GID, GTN, and UPC, I have all of these. Well, I can go back to my template and choose which one I want to put in. Now, the reason I didn't do UPC and I did ASIN, the ASIN number, is because that is another way you can identify this product and it works, even though it doesn't show it here. But either way, just so you know, you have all these options to select for the product ID type. Once you've done that, notice that for the most part, and I wish this was true across the board, the bold means it's required, the non-bold means it's not. But there are some exceptions to that, and I will quickly show you which ones those are. Right here, all you do is you just put your product name. See it right here at the top? My product name. Well, where did I get that? Well, if I go back to here, bam, there's my product name. Simple. Then if you go to product description, you can ignore it because this is not required. And my product description is already listed here. So there's no reason to go back and redo that part. I'm just updating. I'm not going to replace it. Product type. This part confuses a lot of people. What product type means, it's the category that you're going to be labeling it as. So the way you do this is you just go back to valid values. Notice it says product type. Go back to valid values, look for the same color, tan, and then you see product type, and select whichever one of these is the most relevant. So because mine is the most relevant to home and decor, that's what I'm going to select. Come back to template. Notice I dropped it in right there. Okay, I can ignore the rest of these. And now I'm going to go to my item keyword type. Now what is this? Well, your item keyword type is very easy to find. Normally you have a drop down with the macros. In fact, if you go back here to valid values, you'll notice it doesn't even give you this option. So how do you find this? Well, what I did is I just went over here and I looked at this area right here and see where it says category item type porch lights. Porch lights is all I needed to do. I just copied that, came back to my spreadsheet, dropped it in. There's your item type keyword. Now, this part is very important, and this is funny. They actually do not make it required, but that's because if you don't select something, it'll automatically select update for you. That's the default behavior of the spreadsheet. You have three options here, and again, you can't see them because my macros are not enabled, so I can go back to valid values, see my three options. I can put in delete if you're completely deleting a listing. In fact, all you need is your product ID type and I believe your SKU, and that's it. And you type in delete, everything else will be deleted. It'll completely eradicate your listing from the catalog. Obviously, we're not doing that. The other option is to do an update. Now, an update means it will replace everything you have in this listing right here with whatever you add here. But if you don't feel like adding all the details in every single box that's needed and you're just updating one part, that's where you do partial update. In other words, it will take everything that is you added to your spreadsheet and it will add it to your listing, but everything else in your listing will stay there and remain the same. Now make sure you use the same capital, same format. It's really important, just like it is over here. No space between partial and update. No space between partial and update. Okay, now I'm going to scroll over here. I give it a price, $9.90. If you don't give it anything, it'll set the price as 0. You do need to do something there. Item condition, I was told by Amazon experts that you do have to put in something here. So I put in new, and I only sell new things anyways. I am going to continue scrolling here. The max order quantity. This is where you control how many orders can be done by one person per purchase. So the max order quantity, for example, is going to be 1. Let's say I just want people only ordering 1 of these, I can do that. If I want them to order 25, I can do that. Whatever you want. And that's it. And then for the rest of this, unless you're doing some other major editing, you can just leave it as it is. There's nothing else necessary to do if you're changing the maximum order quantity that people do. One thing to keep in mind, if you have variations on your product, right here, you're going to have to put in your parent seller SKU. So for example, if I go back here, even though I don't have variations on this one, let's just say, for example, my parent seller SKU was this number here. Okay, that's what I'm going to put in. And then under here, you're going to put in each of your child seller SKUs. Again, whereas that, I have to click on each child, go to the offer tab, bam, there's where it will be. Once this is done, you save it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on check and upload your inventory file. So we were here first. This is where we downloaded that file right there. I'm going to click on this tab right here. It takes me to this page, and you can check the file if you want. You just click on that little button that says choose file, click on check, and it'll tell you if there are any errors. If you want to save time and you're pretty confident you did a good job, you don't need to do that. Just click choose file, select the file, make sure you selected the correct dropdown. In my case, it's an inventory file for a non-media, in other words, non-DVD book movie type category. And then I hit Excel because I don't want to do it in text. They recommend Excel. It works better than text. You can do text if you want. And then you hit upload, and then you wait. And if you wait and wait and wait and keep waiting, eventually at some point, usually it's 15 minutes, sometimes it takes longer, you will see it'll say right here, upload status done, total number of records 1, records processed successfully 1, and you are done. That's it. That is exactly how you limit how many items someone can purchase. However, notice that spreadsheet. I recommend you become comfortable with it because there are going to be other things that will come up that you're going to need it for to change your product. And if there's anything specific I can help you with, just let me know. This is Seth, Keeping It Real. Hope you are having a very awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.